What's going on, YouTube? Green Weevil here today, guys. Another Green's Got Mail, and today we are going to be doing a little review on the Bandai movie monster series Manda 2004 edition, which came out this year in 2023. So, we're not going to take a very long time on this. It's not a very detailed figure. It's a Catch-22 figure. I'll go over it. So let's take a look at it, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I've done Godzilla reviews before. This is the first time where I've basically had to deal with a green noodle, which is the whole length. I really feel like this figure could have benefited from being like kind of a serpent and like a half circle kind of deal and popping up or something. I don't know. I feel like it's much easier to display if it's not like in this long, look, and there's no articulation here. So anyway, all right. It's a Catch-22. I'll go over all of it. So let's take a look at the figure. The figure itself actually looks nice color-wise. It looks great. He has the detail on the scales. He's got that nice aqua green color, which you see behind me. I kind of tried to match his color here. He's got his little, he's a serpent basically. Some of the downsides here, I mean, he does have some detail, you know. They did do some work on the detail of the figure. They just didn't give him articulation. His feet, his back legs are locked as part of him. There's no articulation here, which I know the Bandai figures aren't known for articulation, but their arms usually move, their tails move. There is a little bit, and he does have some. You're able to turn his head, which is okay. Like, again, he looks great. He looks great, but it's just positioned poorly. You can't move his front legs. Here's his tag, which looks good. The tag looks really nice. I love that shot of him. He's not in the movie long. So here's where the Catch-22 comes in, which I'll go over. And there's the back of it, and then the inside of the tag itself. The Catch-22 is, you don't see many Manda figures. You don't see many Bandai Manda figures. The last one they did was for Singular Point, and it was like this. It was like it was a noodle. It was basically a green noodle, which is okay. I feel like they could have chosen their position better. It's his position better, but the other Catch-22 is you don't get Manda figures. How often do we see Manda figures? We don't see them very often, so it's kind of something that, even though he's not the best presentation of him being like a noodle, it's still pretty cool to have because you don't have very many Manda figures. He does have, like I said, he does have some detail on him. He has, you know, they did some work on his paw, on his claws, and I mean, whatever you want to call the back part here where his feet are attached to himself, which are it's kind of funny. I like Manda. I've always liked him. I really enjoyed seeing him in Destroy All Monsters years ago. I like the fact that he was in Final Wars, but it's kind of funny that this is how they make him, like this. Look at him. Now, if you get one of them plastic stands and you have him propped up like this or something in your collection, I mean, he looked, I guess, pretty cool. Monetarily, it probably wouldn't have been easy to do, but how cool would it have been to do a Bandai movie monster series of Manda with the Gatango, like the Gatango with the Manda wrapped around it? I'm sure it's just too much plastic or too costly for being a $35 figure, $30 figure, whatever it is. But as we always do, we do sleeve up our tags. I try to keep them in good condition. I use my Dragon Shield clears, the matte ones. I've had them forever. Just slide them right on here so it keeps the tag in pretty good shape. So we will keep him looking pretty good here, looking pretty spiffy, even though he is a long green serpent noodle. Please focus, camera. We want to see his face close up. There we go. There he is. There's Manda. 2004. He's in the first, what, 2 minutes of the movie in Final Wars. I mean, I got him from Zion Collectibles on Facebook. I'm part of a group where he deals in a lot of the Japanese imported figures. Nice, very nice guy. And so I got from him because I'm like, I might as well buy from him, you know. And so, again, it's up to you at this point. I usually highly recommend all the figures I buy. I don't really buy anything I don't want to, you know, use or don't want to display. But Manda, I had to make the exception regardless of how his position was because I love Manda. And we're just going to have to deal with his length. I'll get one of them plastic U-shaped things that come down with the stand, and I'll kind of keep him up, so I can kind of position him like that or like this in the back of a shelf or something. I don't know. But that's pretty much, you know, I got him. Green's got mail. He's like a baseball bat. You can use him for sports or something. I don't know. He is kind of on the goofy side because he is a noodle, but he's Manda. They don't make very many of him, so I thought it was important to get him, at least to give him a little bit of a review. Detail, awesome. Character placement of the figure, like how he's positioned, bad. Bad. They could have done it much better. They could have had him come around and prop him up like a real serpent or something. Something to have a display. I don't know. I feel like they've been making Bandai Godzilla figures for how many years, and they should realize, hey, these people who buy them, these collectors, they display them, and he's very difficult to display. I still like it. I'm just not completely sold on his length. Would have been much better condensed. I still like it though. It's cool to see Manda. You don't see very many Mandas. I know that they're releasing in this set they released the Hedorah, the smog monster from Final Wars. They also released a Final Wars Godzilla, and they released somebody else in the line, I think it was 4 figures. I don't remember who that one was. Or maybe it was only 3. And then there's something else coming out that I want. There's a Godzilla store or Godzilla exclusive Bandai movie monster series of the prototype Godzilla design, the clay one, but like the one that you guys have seen it before, even though you think you may have haven't, from the original Gojira from '54. I'll put a picture up here of it. It's really nice, but it's like it's gonna be super rare to find, and it's just not gonna be worth the money. He was only, I got him for $35 or $40, whatever it was. And sometimes you gotta put the money out for Manda. I wanted Manda. Sue me. Is he the best figure? Again, if he was positioned differently, I think he'd be an A+. Definitely scoop up Manda. It's awesome. But he's a noodle. Look at this green noodle. Look at this green noodle. Look at him. Look at him. I'll have more Godzilla reviews on the channel. Some of them won't be as quick as this one, because I mean it's not very difficult to, you know, look at this. He's not much to go over. Again, cool figure, design is nice, he looks just like him, just awful placement on him being an actual green serpent noodle. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the subscribe button. We'll have more Godzilla reviews coming up. I do want to get to it's been out for a while. I haven't gotten to them. I want to get to the Godzilla, the ride in Japan. I got the Godzilla from that because he's really cool. I might get that red Gigan. What is that Gigan called? Comment below. I'm blanking. Not Gigan Prime. It's something like that. It's weird. I might get that red Gigan. I think he's cool, but he's a little pricey. He's like $60 or $70, and that's a little expensive. But I want to review that, and I also want to. There's something else I wanted to review Godzilla-wise that I have. Who was it? I don't remember. I'll have to post on the socials. Hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, in that order, I guess, even though Twitter's a cesspool now. Instagram's the way to go. All my stuff goes to Instagram first and then gets spit out to Facebook. Not even the Twitter anymore. Twitter took that thing away from Instagram. So you can't link your Twitter to Instagram anymore or something. They removed it because it used to work. That's my TED Talk. I think the figure's nice. If you're able to display it properly. If you can't display it properly, I would pass on it. If you're a Manda fan, go for it. If you're a fan of space for figures and you need the space and you can't have him poking out of your shelf like this, and you can't even see his face, or he's like this or like this, pass on him. I wanted to buy him to review him. Well, there he is, Manda. Maybe we'll get a better positioned one in the future. Let's pray, because he's a cool kaiju. Take it easy, guys.